Update we got here came across my feed about Megan Boswell, the so-called Casey Anthony of East Tennessee. Uh, she has been appointed new legal counsel. A Sullivan County woman accused of killing her daughter in 2019 was appointed new legal counsel on Friday. Megan Boswell's public appointed defense attorney, Brad Sproils, filed a motion on Wednesday, October 19th, to withdraw from the case, claiming that the attorney client relationship has deteriorated to the point that counsel is unable to effectively and zealously represent the defendant in this matter, court records show. So I don't know. I don't know how to take that. I mean, prima facie, you're gonna look at that and go, "Wow!" The attorney client relationship has deteriorated. What does that even mean? I mean, is she hostile? Has the, is the attorney just not able? What's his name? Brad? Is Brad Sproils just not able to defend her? Is he prejudiced by anything? I mean, what is? I don't know. It's very crafty legalese that I don't want to say. I mean, I don't want to commit to anything that you might take as verbatim. Defense attorney Gene Scott will represent Boswell moving forward. The case's new legal counsel has over 20 years of experience representing criminal defendants and will spend the upcoming months familiarizing himself with the case that made national headlines. So it says defense attorney, so that's not somebody else in the public defender's office. This is going to be an outside counsel person, which, I mean, that happens, especially when you're talking about capital cases like this. Public defenders are not. Okay, let me back up a little bit. When dealing with a case that has, especially it has, like maybe the death penalty possibly on the line, they usually never go for the public defender. They always, a judge will appoint an outside counsel, an attorney who has to take the position, has to take the job at a reduced rate, because public defenders, even I have great respect for them, and they're overworked and underpaid. They at the same time are not held when you go to, let's say, if there was a trial, you want to make sure that the defendant has the absolute best defense they can get. So that way it will survive any type of appeals or anything they'll have. So here, I know every time this lady's in court, she's been on television, Scott said. There's been a lot of talk about her. There's been a lot of talk about her side of the story, but we intend to bring that out so there's no rush to judgment in the case so that she gets a fair trial. The new appointment in the case will likely stall Boswell's January 2023 trial, as Scott and his team will study the case and its development over the past couple of years. I think it does make it harder for anyone when you come in second because you don't know everything that's been done in the case up to that point. And even then, going back and looking over court transcripts and talking to lawyers is difficult if you don't have a personal, hands on feel for what really happened. And I agree with that. And if you think about this, that's very common. I mean, if you are, I'm just thinking about anything you've done, you've had to have repair work done. This is repair work, okay? And if you don't have the person that did the first time, somebody else has to come in and fix it, right? And we've all been there. It's the person comes in and fixes it. A lot of times they have to tear it down to build it back up. It's just very common. All right. Oswald will appear in court for a status hearing on December 14th. The short time between Friday's hearing and then is likely not enough to ensure the new legal team is prepared for a February trial. To say that we'll be ready for anything by December 14th, I don't think that's realistic, Scott said. It'll take months to get caught up. So it sounds like he's going to ask for a continuance. Boswell's previous defense attorney emphasized that the complexity of the case and years of developments will make for a lengthy transition. Sproles also stated in his motion that he planned to remain on the case in a pro bono status to assist the new counsel. The issue here is just the volume of information. I've talked to him a little bit over where that stands and what I can do to help him get up to speed with all that. I'm happy to do that. I think I put that in the motion, Sproles said. It just wouldn't be fair for Miss Boswell for all the work that I've done. Just to be useless. So Mr. Scott and I will work well enough together to be able to help him download a lot of the work that I've done. In September, the judge denied Boswell's request to part ways with Sproles, her original legal counsel's decision to make the same request stemmed from the pair's reported inability to find a common ground. That's just crazy, man. I mean, so you have a defendant that's saying, hey, I want a different attorney. This guy sucks, right? And the judge says, no, you get the attorney you were appointed. You can go out and buy any attorney you want to, but until you can do that, you're stuck with this person. And then that attorney comes back and says, this client sucks. I want out of here. That is very, very telling. It stems from the pair's reported inability to find a common ground. I don't know what that would even mean. I mean, it's just weird. If a defendant, especially in a serious case like this, a criminal defendant, doesn't have an effective attorney, the system doesn't work. That's what I was saying about getting the attorney so that way it survives appeal and everything else. I've also felt that the rules of professional responsibility require that when an attorney gets to a point that they can't be effective, it's our responsibility to bring that to the court's attention. Boswell faces over a dozen charges, including 2 counts of felony murder after authorities found the body of a 15-month-old daughter, Evelyn Boswell, on a family member's property. A medical examiner in September identified that foil had been obstructing Evelyn's airway and that a blanket had been tightly wrapped around her head. The toddler reportedly died of asphyxiation. So, that's a mess, man. It's a mess. But Evelyn Broyles, or Megan Broyles, whoever, that one's been pushed back. And by the way, like this news channel, they are the ones that had a lot of the Summer Wells coverage. And that's how you found out about this. And then also, man, look at us over here. Evidently, a parachuter died. So I did see this on a different feed. The Musket Bowl is like a high school rivalry? God, I can't talk, man. Rivalry game they have every year, and the parachuter, like a parachute didn't open or something. They got house fires. A dive team. I don't even know who that dive team is. Is that AWP? Anyway, y'all, that's what's going on. So that's the Megan Boswell update. And as always, I'm going to try to cover that trial as much as I can. And if you guys have know anything, there's a lot of people out there on YouTube that are getting into the whole crime stuff. If you know anything, let me know. And other than that, guys, stay safe, guys. You don't know where the boogeyman is, but you do know the boogeyman's out there. So till later, guys. Godspeed. Stay safe, and please get back to me. And I'll be seeing y'all soon, hopefully. Godspeed, everybody.